10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Chapter systems are offline.
Welcome to the Banter Club. Join myself, Mark, along with TY, Jackie, and Mahal as we talk all things sport. We will definitely trash your team, and if you don't like it, we'll definitely tell you your favorite footballer is a tax evader. Join us every week on the Banter Club.
Are we really doing this?
Of course, we are, definitely.
All right, ladies and gents, welcome to it. It is officially the third episode of the Banter Club. We are doing this in the absence of Mark this week. He's not here this week, but we still need to give you the banter. We still need to let you know what is happening. I've still got Jackie and Mahal. Gents, how y'all doing?
And how are you?
Sound a bit down there, man. Sound a bit tired.
Yeah, very much tired, but we have to keep on moving. So I think I'll get the energy once we've started with our first topic or the second topic. Hopefully the first topic, though.
Let's make it the first topic. All right, cool. Should we dig straight into it? Should we dive right into it?
Definitely.
Sure. All right, cool. Let's start with the with the Formula One, rather. Mahal, give us the lowdown. What's happening with the Formula One?
The brand new season is starting. Season 2021. It's the last time they had the last. I think their last race was in December last year, the 13th, which was their last race. 3 months now. We have a new season. We've seen teams unveiling their brand new cars. But what was exciting for me, I think, was to see the safety vehicles which were revealed by Mercedes, Team Mercedes, and of course Aston Martin, which are the two teams that revealed the safety cars. It's an exciting one. I managed to see those cars, but I actually love it. But looking at the teams, the last team that released or revealed their brand new car, it's a Ferrari, which they kept their usual color, which is red. But another thing that I've fallen in love with, I think, is to see the likes of Aston Martin going all green with I think it will be their color green, and of course, Mercedes, the go big or go home issue. But a lot of cars were a lot of teams came through when it comes to revealing their new cars, changing the colors, but some of them kept the same colors. But I'm looking forward to the testing race, which will be happening this weekend, starting off tomorrow. My concern for now, I think it's the Ferrari team. They've only revealed who will be racing for tomorrow, which is Leclerc and Sainz. But for Saturday and Sunday, they are yet to confirm the people who will be racing for their testing schedule 2021. But Mercedes have also revealed that Bottas and Hamilton will be racing, of course, on Friday to test their brand new cars. Saturday, Hamilton, Bottas as well. Sunday will be Bottas and Hamilton. Same thing as Red Bull have given Van Stappen to race tomorrow to test his car, and then Perez will come in on Saturday, and of course Sunday they'll have to race both of them, which it's something that is quite loving. But a concern one is for Ferrari, which are yet to confirm will race on Saturday and on Sunday, of course. But apart from that, I'm looking forward to the brand new season. I've checked all those cars. I'm a lover of Mercedes. They've revealed their brand new car, W12. It's a beautiful
Love
one.
Mercedes.
I'm not sure if I will drive that car though, but it's a brand new car, Mercedes W12, looking beautiful.
Give it to me any day.
Black and some touch of, is it green or I'm not sure, sky blue kind of highlight. And then of course Red Bull with a brand new car, RB16B or RB16B. Same colors are red, of course, with the black color with a touch of red and yellow. But McLaren have released their MCL35M, which sort of look like an old school car with the color yellow and blue. And Aston Martin AMR21. Oh, the beautiful color.
Beautiful,
green. Man. You should check that color. It's nice and green. You have the likes of Ferrari, of course. They've been the last team to release their brand new car, which is the SF21, which is their season the 2021 car. Same. I think they kept the red color, but it sort of looked like a maroon with some green line here and there. And then the likes of Alfa Romeo as well have released their new car C41, white and red. You have Williams with their car FW43B with the color blue and a bit of white there. And then you have the likes of Alfa Terra with AT02 color white and of course black. Those are the racing cars that will be racing amongst the few. The likes of us as well, VF21, the color white and a touch of blue and red. But I'm looking forward to this brand new season.
But Mao, hold on. What are we really looking forward to? Because we all know.
Wait, when you say we all know, what do we all know?
We all know.
Who's gonna win?
There's this one guy in a Mercedes.
The Mamelodi Sundowns of Formula One.
There you go.
But guys, looking at last season, the likes of Max Verstappen, they have kept Lewis Hamilton on his toes because they were the ones who were challenging him. You cannot scrap the likes of Charles Leclerc, who has shown consistency when it comes to racing. So as much as we can say that Lewis Hamilton, definitely he's a GOAT, but there have been guys who were there to say that, okay, as much as we know that you are the best of the best, but no, we are here to rewrite this history as well, to put our name. Talking about Max Verstappen, he has shown a great excellency. And I really wish if he had a better team, maybe the Mercedes team, which, I'm talking about the Mercedes team, they have sort of a huge family when it comes to this team. So you could understand why Mercedes are doing better, as much as Lewis Hamilton is a better driver amongst the few. But the Mercedes team, they know how to manage this Formula One thing, and they're doing very good. So Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, I'm looking forward to them putting Lewis Hamilton on his toes, but definitely Lewis Hamilton has to rewrite his own history. That it's an obvious thing, as much as you cannot say obvious, but yeah, he's been doing very well. Looking at last season, 2020, breaking that record setting. Looking forward to set his new record.
But okay, can I just come in there?
Yeah.
Hop in there, bro.
Let's talk about Aston Martin, man. You're looking at, they haven't been in quite a while. How do you think they're actually going to perform?
Look.
Bottom of the log. My opinion.
Look. From my side, it looks like they are ready for this new season. Seeing them contributing when it comes to the safety cars, revealing their new car with new colors. I hope that as much as what we've seen so far, my hope are that behind the scenes as well, they will work hard when it comes to the race. Because I mean, as much as you have the driver, you need to know that the guys who will be there at the pit point to change the tires and stuff like that have to be fast as well. Because I mean, that's what separates the boys. I mean, is it men from the boys or boys from either way? But we know that
Either way.
we know that Mercedes have been doing that quite very well with those few seconds of changing the tires and getting that car back onto the racing field. So looking at Aston Martin, I think I would likely to see them in the top four, hopefully.
Okay.
Okay, wow, okay.
I'm gonna hold you to that. We must revisit this conversation later on.
Later on in the season, yeah.
But now, for the listeners that don't know, I mean, Banter Club is not just about banter. We also need to educate. What's the difference between Formula One and Moto GP?
Well, Formula One is cars, 4 wheels, and then MotoGP is a 2-wheel racing. So it's a bikes, yeah. I think that's the best thing, the simplest way to say the Formula One is where you have the car with 4 wheels, and then the MotoGP, it's of course bikes, 2-wheel.
Yeah, and then how's that looking in that front? When are they starting their leagues? When are they starting to race? When is their test race?
Looking at the MotoGP, they're set to start the Grand Prix the same day as Formula One, which is the Sunday, the 28th of March 2021. They will start with the Qatar Grand Prix in Doha, which they're set to start at 7 p.m. But I'm looking forward to the new season. Haven't really heard much. I'm trying to see if there are any brand new news. I mean, we know that when it comes to MotoGP, the likes of Marc Marquez have been showing consistency, but Brand. The South African guy, I'm looking forward to him contributing, looking at the brand new season 2021 MotoGP. But not much has been said. I've heard the likes of Rose say he's excited when it comes to his new challenge with Yamaha SRT, which is his new family. So not much has been said, but I think we'll see when the new season starts, and the likes of Marc Marquez, I think, is quite chilled. I mean, he's talking about his injuries, so seems to be no drama at all. Yeah, no drama yet.
But let me ask this question. You know, Red Bull has their fingers in literally everything. They've got their fingers in music. They've got their fingers in the Formula One. Do they have a MotoGP car? I mean, a motorcycle.
Do Red Bull have? Look, let me first open this and see the teams that are there within the MotoGP. Yeah, we do have Red Bull teams within the MotoGP. Apparently, right now we have 2 teams. We have Red Bull, a KTM Factory Racing, which came third during the last season 2020 Grand Prix with 22 points, and then the other Red Bull team is the Red Bull KTM Tech 3, which came seventh position. But amongst the teams that are there within the MotoGP, you have the likes of Team Suzuki, Acosta, you have Yamaha SRT rather, you have the team Ducati team, you have the Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP team, you have the likes of Pramac Racing, you have LCR Honda, and you have, of course, Repsol Honda team, which the likes of Marc Marquez are within that team. So yeah, we do have a Red Bull team, which we have right now. For the Red Bull, you have 2 teams within the MotoGP.
So now, does Red Bull actually make money off of this, or is it just for advertising?
I think it works both sides, but probably mostly on advertising. Yeah.
Okay. No, sweet stuff, sweet stuff. All right, I think we covered all the motor racing. We need
But
to hop
since
back into the Bafana.
Before you
Yeah.
move on, TY, since you're a fan of Red Bull, I think you should go and check out. I think it's Showmax Pro, which they'll showcase. It's a documentary on a South African-born racer, which
Oh, Banter.
yeah. So they'll just showcase. I think they'll be telling his story.
And he had an
I'll check
incredible
it out.
year
I've got
last year,
Showmax.
so I think it's gonna be very interesting to see because he had an incredible year last year.
Definitely.
Mm. No, I'm definitely gonna check it out. I definitely need to do my little education, my little research on this as well, because I didn't even know we had a South African racer in the Moto GP till now. My jaw is literally on the floor at this point in time.
He had an incredible season last year. I mean, remember he was from the Rocky. He won the Rocky title, where he was racing in Croatia Republic. So I mean, he had an incredible season coming through to 2020, where I think he came third. I can't remember which position he came, but he had an incredible season with the season 2020 of MotoGP.
No, that's dope, man. Definitely gonna check them out. Definitely gonna see what's up. I've got Showmax. I'll make sure that I have a look at it and make sure that I'm clued up on this change. But we need to talk about the Bafana Bafana selection. What are your thoughts on the Bafana Bafana selection? I think you had a little quarrel there with the
Sure.
selection.
You know what? Well, remember, I think it was the last episode. Not that I was defending the call up of Itumeleng Kone. It makes sense for me to say that, okay, I mean, looking at the goalkeeping department, you don't have much goalkeepers who have sort of are getting are getting games when it comes to their respective teams that are playing it. So it makes sense that they called Itumeleng Kune as the third option when it comes to the goalkeeping department. But I mean, apart from that, we have exceptional players who are playing overseas. Let's talk about this young guy, Gift Links. I mean,
Amazing.
he's shown excellence when it comes to football. I mean, apart from scoring goals, he is assisting. Why wasn't chosen? I don't know. I've heard Coach Nzeki's interview. I think it was yesterday or somewhere during the week, where he said that the reason why they didn't choose him, they felt that he should go through the ranks of under 2023, which to me doesn't make sense to say that, okay, I mean, this guy, he has been shown consistency when it comes to the games. He's having the best time of his life overseas, and I think he fits to be within the Bafana Bafana squad. He's still young, of course. I mean, we need such players to say that, okay, they will grow within the squad.
The setup, yes.
Yeah. So I really don't understand when it comes to the selection. Do you choose the best players, or do you just want to continue to say that, okay, we want people who are experienced? Because I've also heard his comment amongst when he spoke about this young guy Chauke who plays within the Premier League, to say that, okay, he doesn't have he doesn't really understand how South African plays, the entire South African structure, because he grew overseas, which to me doesn't make sense. Another thing that he mentioned was that with gift links and amongst the few players who are overseas based players, he said that it was it's a difficult process to get the entire document when it comes to Home Affairs thing, which to me, I think that reason it's not valid at all. But the question is, how we select? And now we understand, or no, that's why we have this team that keeps on performing this like this year in year out. I mean, personally, I am tired. I am tired of hearing of the 1996 team which won the African Cup of Nations. That happened a long time ago. We need new guys to say, okay, we have this team that won the African Cup of Nations, or we have this team that played within the World Cup semi-final or the final. But the story keeps on coming back year in year out. The 1996, almost now we don't almost. If we could ask how many players or how many guys are still alive which played during that 1996 AFCON final, you could tell a lot of them are gone. We need something new. We need something new. So the question was to me that what criteria is it does Bafana Bafana need, or the coaches or the entire structure of Bafana Bafana or SAFA needs when it comes to selecting players? Because remember, now a player cannot choose themselves to represent the country. The country has to choose the player. And if what I'm seeing when it comes to gift links, it would make sense for him to say that the next time when he gets a call up to say, okay, no, I'm fine. I think so and so country, so and so country are willing to take me. So I think I'll represent so and so country because you guys had a chance and you messed it up. You didn't want to choose me.
Yeah, man. Just to also add on to what Mao says, né?
Yeah.
One thing I raised last time in the previous episode, I did say that I think he's in a situation whereby the Bafana is currently second in the group for the qualifiers, and he knows that if he does not at least get 4 points from the next two games and qualify for AFCON, he's going to walk. But at the same time, you also bear in mind that you need to also start preparing for the qualifiers for the World Cup. And the only way you're going to build a squad is you introduce these young players, your Chauku, your Links, even if they don't play, but the experience, the exposure sitting on the bench with those experienced players is going to help them prepare for those upcoming qualifiers and upcoming games, because that's the only way you're actually going to help the side to actually qualify for the World Cup. And also to raise another valid point is that we've been stressing the same thing for the past couple of years, that give young players an opportunity. And
yes,
it goes back to the definition of what is a young player in South African football. Are we saying that a young player has to be 23, 24, 26? There are teams across the world, countries across the world, that expose their players from a young age, from 16, 17. They play in the national teams. So you need to ask yourself those kind of questions if you want to build a proper national team. And I think that SAFA, we can, as much as we can say that SAFA needs to intervene, but it also goes back to the coach, the kind of coach that you have. And I think Molefe Ntseki, for me, from the get-go, I didn't see him as a Bafana Bafana coach material, in my opinion. I think South Africa needs a coach that believes in young players, a coach that is not scared of making those tough decisions, because right now it's just a matter of him qualifying for the AFCON, and then we go and perform in the AFCON. Then what? What's going to happen next? Then we're going to have the same problem all over and over again, because we don't have a long-term solution to the problems that we have. But instead, we have a temporary solution that could actually benefit at that moment. But what's going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years? Because those are the players that need to come into the picture, and they need to start performing. And they cannot perform if you don't expose them.
Yes.
You see, so I understand where Mahao is coming from. And his comments that saying that fine, because he was not part of the South African setup from a young age and so forth, it's utter nonsense. There have been a lot of foreign-based players, in fact, players that who have not even set foot in South Africa before, that have got a lot of call-ups. Remember, last five week, I think, if I'm not mistaken, there have been Dean Furman is another example. So he's talking nonsense. There's no justification for not choosing those players. A classic example, and a lot of South African fans were complaining last week when he released the squad. The best left back, the best left back in South African football right now, no doubt about it, is Lila K. He was not chosen.
Lilo, yes.
You see,
No, it was.
small decisions like that can really impact. Remember, people tend to forget that when you go to Bafana Bafana, it's not supposed to be an emotional decision, but you need to look at how is it going to benefit the side. You've got a player who has been playing throughout the continent for the past 3 seasons. Throughout the past three seasons, and you decide, no, you know what, fine, we're not going to pick him because of 1-1-2, 1-2-1-2. And that is not going to benefit the country because he's got enough experience to actually compete against the likes of Ghana and actually assist the country to actually qualify. But Molefe sees it otherwise.
Nah, I feel you. Definitely feel you. We definitely need to. I don't know what his criteria is for picking players, but we definitely need to investigate that because I'm really not happy with it.
Exactly, and I mean, looking at what Jake is saying that about other teams and other countries to say that okay, they take a look at the younger players mostly. They would capture their moment when it comes to around 16 years. I mean, if we look at Gift Links, 22 years of age, clearly looking at other countries and other teams, they see this guy as he's an old guy now. He's no more a criteria of a younger player. And I mean, what else do you need from a player? 19 appearances, 4 goals, 3 assists. His team is sitting at number 3 within the log standing out of 12 teams in Denmark. So
that's deep, man.
What else do you need from a player? What else do you need from a player if this doesn't make sense to you?
I'm honestly in shock as to why this gent is not even in the team. Like I'm shook right now. Like I'm out of words. So what is Molefe Ntsiki's plan? Have a Kune there, have these older players that are in their 30s there. Till when? We need to start getting these younger gents in the squad. Plain and simple.
Because I mean, one of his reasons are experience, but how do you need experience? How do you gather experience? Because you need to play in order to gather that experience. Where do you gather that experience? Because the guys are playing and within their respective teams. Now they need that call up. As Jackie has said, to say that, okay, call these guys as much as maybe you won't put them, they won't get game time, but just give them a reason to say that, okay, I see your efforts when it comes to the other teams, and I would like to utilize you within the national team and would want to get that kind of, I mean, them coming through would be sort of a morale boost for other big players who said, okay, I mean, those younger guys are coming through right now. It could mean something else for us big guys if we don't pull our socks up. But the guys know, just look at the selection of Atlanti. How many games has he played recently?
Nothing. He's not playing none. He's not playing any games this season. Nothing.
And then you'll tell me about experience.
I have another question. Who's the youngest player from that squad? From this, from the other,
Isn't it Luther Singh?
Yeah. And how old is he?
Mid-20s. 23, 24.
You ask yourself the question. There are a lot of younger players that are performing. Mao spoke about Chauke, for example. As much as he's not playing, he's not getting a lot of game time at Southampton, but he is raising up his hand. Call him.
Properly.
Yes, call him. You call him, and he's there, and he knows what he'll find. I know that I need to continue this momentum, and sooner or later I will be representing my country. And I always tell people that I prefer a Bafana Bafana squad that has a lot of young players and it's not performing. Then I know that fine, in the next couple of years they'll get experience and actually start performing, as opposed to your Kune, your Atlanti, your Tlatswa who have been there, but they're not solving the problem. You get what I mean? So Molefe Ntsiki is not solving the problem. Instead, he is repeating the same thing that the past coaches have been doing, where they're just taking experienced players because, well, they just want to get this thing over and qualify for a tournament and start performing. And that's not supposed to be the case. And if he said that, I'm basing my criteria on performance, players that have been performing throughout the last couple of weeks, I would understand. But there are a lot of players from that squad that have not even gotten game time at all. Yes, they've not even seen game time whatsoever. And Maogi gives an example of Klanti. Klanti has not even seen a mere ball there at Swallows. And you still give him an opportunity to play for Bafana Bafana. And then you ask yourself, is this a personal agenda towards certain players in South African football or what? So
that was
just...
Zungu tweeted. Remember Zungu tweeted and said, this guy definitely did something personal against me. Because clearly there's something happening behind the scenes that we're not seeing. But the question is, what is it?
Well,
I don't know, man.
Could it be the agents maybe by buying games or buying...
It's possible.
I'm not sure paying who.
Or maybe Molefe Nteki is not the coach.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as Pirates. You never know.
And I'm saying, is it a matter of now the agents are the ones who are selecting the players who said, okay, here's this amount of money, make sure this player gets a game time.
That's true. Yeah. It could be happening.
And to also add on, bear in mind that a lot of those foreign-based players might not even get a chance to come to South Africa because of the restrictions in those respective countries. A classic example is a Pesitao. I heard that the coach is deciding otherwise from releasing him to Bafana Bafana squad because of the COVID-19 regulation. Because if he does come to Bafana Bafana and play against Ghana and so forth, it's going to force him to not play for a specific period. I think there's a waiting period of, 10 to 14 days due to COVID. Yes. And then now, you ask yourself, what's going to happen then? If the likes of Pace doesn't come, the likes of Bongani Zungu doesn't come, then what? Then
he has to pick local footballers.
Who? That's the question. Who?
I think, to be honest with you, I feel like we've already got enough talent. I mean, look at the likes of your Golden Arrows. They're performing amazingly. You can pick players from there.
Yeah, but remember, because of the agenda, he's most likely not going to take those players. Because I think the biggest problem with South African football, and a lot of people have been stressing this for the past how many years, is that a lot of coaches, South African coaches, think that in order for you to actually have a quality Bafana Bafana squad only, you need to take from the big three. And that's not how it's supposed to be. You raise a good point that Golden Arrows has been playing exceptional football this season. But how many players from Golden Arrows got a call-up?
None, to my knowledge.
You see my point exactly.
But I think look at how Spain and Germany do it. When Barcelona's playing amazingly well, they take the Barcelona squad as it is. They literally replace one or two foreign players. They're going to replace a Messi. But Real Madrid will probably replace Barcelona, and they play that squad. Bayern Munich, that squad is the squad that, because they have the chemistry. Why can't we just have a look at the fact that Mamelodi Sundowns is the best performing team on the continent? Take that squad as it is, replace the foreigners, and let's move. Replace Dennis Onyango, put in a Ronald Williams. You know what I'm saying?
The problem with that statement is that you forget one thing. Sundowns is not from Soweto.
What am I forgetting?
Sundowns is not from Soweto.
I forget. Hey.
If it was Kaizer Chiefs, it was Orlando Pirates, that was going to be the case. You get what I mean? So now I think the next coach, because I don't see Molefe Nteki being coach of Bafana Bafana by the end of the year. The next coach needs to think about it. And something tells me that a certain former Mamelodi Sundowns coach is going back to Bafana.
No, he's not.
We'll talk about it.
He's going to Europe. He's going to Europe.
I'm telling you right now, listen to me. A certain former Mamelodi Sundowns coach is going to go back to Bafana. Provided
Name drop. No, you got to name drop. You got to name drop.
Provided that.
We need the name.
We need the
provided
name.
That, You know, there's only one coach. You know, there's only one coach. So I don't know what you're talking about.
But he's going to Europe.
Provided that everything's in order at Safa, because that coach, when he came to Sundowns was not in order. And when he went to Sundowns, he changed everything completely. Sundowns now, as much as Sundowns still has some internal problems there and there, but things are way better than the last couple of years where we were just all over the place. If Safa
But he was given
everything.
Will Danny Jordan give him the free range to do whatever he wants to do? That's the question. No, he's not. Because you know what's another thing you need to understand? I think there are certain leagues like England. I don't know if England is scrapping this now, where you need to play X amount of games before you can go overseas for a national team. And agents are busy paying for the coaches to play these players so that these guys can go overseas. You know? So the question is, is Danny Jordan and his team going to give him free rein and say, do whatever you want to do, run however you want to run it. We'll give you 2 years, then we'll see we'll be reevaluate after that and see where we can help you. Because if they don't do that and they still keep a tight leash on him, he's going to fail. Simple as that.
I think he will. I think they will. You know why? I think a team like Sundowns has really shown a lot of teams across the continent, particularly in Southern Africa, that it's possible. It's possible in the sense that if you just allow, remember, I always tell people this. There's a difference between a coach and a manager.
Yes.
And in African football, we have a coach. We don't have a manager.
Not a manager.
Yeah. A coach is in charge. He coaches, basically. A manager is in charge of everything, basically. He signs the players. He releases the players, and so forth. You get what I mean? And that is what is practiced in Europe. You get me? So, Motsepe, when he gave Peter Msimani the opportunity to actually manage Sundowns. I use that word manage. That's when the whole philosophy of management in South African football actually came about. That's where you now see a lot of teams are trying their level best to just give the coaches / managers an opportunity to actually lead their teams and actually have an opportunity to sign players. Look at a team like Cape Town City, for example. Look at a team like Golden Arrows. You see?
Yeah.
But that has not been done in your Kaiser Chiefs and so forth. Because Kaiser Chiefs is a family business. We all know that. But it's the same thing as...
You need to give Simon and Bobby their credit, eh? Those guys are coaching and running the team. Give them their credit.
So we need that. We need a manager. But when it comes to national football, it's a different ballgame altogether. It's a different ballgame altogether. You need to allow the man in charge to introduce his own philosophy. And if you have a coach like Peter Msimani, who has dominated the African continent, I can guarantee that he's going to be very successful if you give them the opportunity. But if you have a Mulifensegu who knows nothing about
the African continent,
he knows nothing about coaching a team like Bafana Bafana. I understand he has coached the lower team, under 17, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But that is totally different. When you go to Bafana Bafana, there's a lot of pressure, man. You need to make tough decisions that not only is going to benefit the country, but is also going to benefit you as a coach. Because what you do there will really determine a lot.
Yeah, facts. Facts. There's a question on my mind. Go for it, Maha.
Yeah, well, I thought maybe we were moving away from the Bafana Bafana issue. Say that okay, you should also go check this young guy, 22 years of age. What's his name? Is it Pepelo Sithole? For me, I think he should have been chosen as well. I mean, he's been having game time within his team, as much as no goals, no assists. I mean, he's a clear midfielder. We need those guys to come through to Bafana Bafana, and I mean, I think that's when they'll gather the experience. I mean, if you give them at least 2 or 3 years. Right now he's he's 22, so probably after 3 years it could be 25, I mean to say, and we could have a solid team within the the Bafana Bafana, where we now have players which are strong and I mean, as much we've talked about the Spain team, which I mean we have seen that team being consistent. The German team as well, they've shown that consistency to say that okay, we just want to clean up the whole team and bring the younger guys and have those guys grow within the national team for close to 2 or 3 years, and then that's where we've seen now Germany managing to win the World Cup. So I think that's what we need as well when it comes to Bafana Bafana, to say that okay, we keep on calling those older guys, big guys, which will come in, play 3 or 4 games within a year, and then they're gone. Get new ones, but same old guys as well. Play 2 or 3 or 5 games, gone. I think we need those younger players to say that, okay, let's bring those younger players. As much as we want to qualify for the African Cup of Nations, as much as we want to qualify for the FIFA World Cup, we are not yet in that stage as Bafana Bafana to say that, okay, we will compete. We are able to compete within the African Cup of Nations or within the World Cup. Let's first build this team. We've talked about building the team, but we need to really, really build the team. We cannot build the teams with the likes of Hlanti, with the likes of Kune, because I mean those years, those guys, their years are long gone. So talking about building, you need to build for 2 or 3 years. You cannot build for 6 months and then get the new guys and say, okay, we are building again with a new coach, with a new what. We need those guys to come through and to have that consistency within the national team to say that, okay, the guys know that, okay, apart from playing for their own teams, they know, we have Bafana Bafana, and when I go to the Bafana Bafana camp, I'm likely to meet this and this and this and this guy, which we will continue from where we left the previous months or previous weeks or previous years, because now our aim is to build this team, to build it to a solid phase to say that, okay, now we are ready to compete within the African Cup of Nations. And guess what? If we are ready, we are likely to win that cup. And same as coming through to the World Cup as well, we are likely to participate even through to the next round of the qualifier, I mean the quarterfinals or the semifinals. If we are lucky to be the first African team to win the FIFA World Cup, then let that happen.
Yeah, let that happen. Agree with you there. Mara, Chance, let's talk about the end of an era right now. Ne? Have a look at your Lionel Messi, Juventus and Barcelona. Both getting locked down. Same week. Is it the end of an era for those two goats?
Guys, I did say this and you guys laughed at me. I told you to say that again. Guys, Messi and Ronaldo are within their retiring what. Those contracts are now the ink is now fading away, guys. I mean, and you could see the new guys, the likes of Holland and Kylian Mbappe, showing that introducing themselves now. We're likely to see them more than seeing Messi winning trophies, winning games, like Ronaldo winning that. And I've said this to someone, said that, okay, the game that you see Messi and Ronaldo play against each other, make sure that you enjoy that game, because it could be the last game that you see those two guys play against each other. And I think their time has come to retire. I'm not sure when they'll choose that, but their time is really there. It has come for both them to retire.
I'm glad you agree.
Yeah, and I think even TY said it a couple of weeks back that, for example, look at Messi. Messi, you could see that his heart is no longer at Barcelona. You can see that he's no longer there. And last night's game actually shown that, he's actually quarter to just say, I want to leave Barcelona now. And also bear in mind that Barcelona is going through. Yeah.
His contract ends in June, yeah.
Yeah. And you can also check that Barca is going through a rebuilding phase. And now I'm hearing that Koeman could be walking. They're trying to get Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta to take over there. So there's a lot happening there.
For
And
what?
if you look at Juventus, because apparently they're not happy with Koeman.
But Arteta.
And remember Arteta apparently. I think Arteta played for Barca, if I'm not mistaken. I think the youth academy, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't care if you play for Barca. What's Mikel Arteta gonna bring to Barcelona?
He's gonna win you guys trophies.
No. Mauricio Pochettino should have went there, man.
Pochettino was supposed to go to United. We don't have a coach there. But anyway.
Who has a coach?
And then if you look at Juventus, I think, guys, Juventus just has a problem, man. Juventus, I thought Ronaldo was going to solve it because, well, he's that good. But, you know, when you are alone and you don't have quality players around you, what can you do? It's the same thing as Kama Billiard. You've got your quality, but you don't have players around you who can actually help you win trophies. You
need to carry them till your back hurts, bro. Carry the team.
You see. So I understand, but I agree with Mahon, man. To think about it now, I think we're getting to that stage now where we need to accept that it's potentially the end of an era.
Yeah, it's over.
Specifically for me, Ronaldo. Messi still has a couple of years.
2-3
he can still do something. Yeah, but Ronaldo, I think, next probably a year or two, he probably might retire.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. The best I think now is just the only way to go from here on is downhill.
No, he can come to Sundowns. We don't mind paying.
No. He's too old. Bench
Or because he needs a player anyway. So
he has the same problem with Juventus. There's no players. You can't be the only quality player. Impossible.
Marot like a PSL.
Nah. The guy should just retire.
I think right now we just need to accept that it's the end of an era, and not just for footballers, but for football teams as well. Morocco Solos at their fall from grace. If we are being honest, Kaizer Chiefs is going through that fall from grace right now. I know the argument is the argument is no, Chiefs is not allowed to sign players, but I mean, no trophy in the past 6 years. It's the first season you can't sign players. What happened the rest of the 5 seasons? You know, it's honestly the end of an era at Chiefs, unless someone comes in that's going to change the trajectory very drastically, or management makes a proper decision. But besides that, it's the end of an era. What do you think, Mahal? Start with the COVID team.
I think Chiefs need that serious spring clean. You know, that one that you even scratch the ceiling and paint it, and scratch the walls and paint it, and somehow you patch there with cement. It needs that serious spring clean. And I mean, obviously that won't happen this season. It's over for us this season.
Ever.
Yeah.
Never mind this
hopefully
season.
never happen.
And it's not even that.
No, guys.
You don't need to patch with cement. You need to break everything down, dig up the foundation, throw it away, start from.
Liverpool have been there. Just look at Liverpool. Look at Liverpool. Liverpool have been there, and
it's
now.
I mean,
it's back
about
there
a team
now.
that won the Champions League twice in the past 2 decades. You know what I mean? So it's past 2-3 decades. It's a bit different comparison. Liverpool might not have been winning the league, but they won the Champions League 2005 and 2020 or 2019. So it's different. It's different comparison. Chiefs, nothing, zero at all.
Nah, it's our time to go down the hill. You know, it will come the time when we have to go up, and then Sundowns has to roll down.
Sundowns has to go with?
Sundowns has to Chiefs.
You're forgetting something.
Yes.
We have a foundation. We have a foundation in place. Everything is sorted. You could see that yesterday.
Wow.
You could see that yesterday. That we have a foundation in place.
Mara,
we don't have to.
Yeah.
But now,
we don't have to worry about anything for the next 2-3
But to
seasons.
be honest with you guys, I think as a Chiefs fan, it's sort of embarrassing to I mean, to even look at the logo right now, position number 11, 18 games, only 4 wins. So is it fair to say that we have celebrated 4 times? We've only celebrated 4 times within the DStv Premier League. That's embarrassing. 8 draws, 6 losses, 20 points, and it looks like we are about to lose more points. So to see
How many games have you won this
we
year?
have only celebrated 4 times within the DStv Premier League.
This year?
In 3 months.
This year, 2021.
No. This year.
This is only 2 games. I think you only won
I'm
2.
looking at the entire. Let's talk about the entire season, guys. Not the.
No, wait, comrade, wait. But wait. Your last
He's
win
sitting
was
bottom of the
against that Pedro Luanda thing, ne?
Yeah.
Right?
But at least we are still there.
And then, oh wait, that was your last win, right? Before then, your last win was in January, right?
Against who?
Yeah.
Yes. So you went in there. So you went the entire month without winning the game.
Mahal, can I tell you what the problem is, man? Let me tell you why each and every single Sundowns fan is going to hate on Chiefs. Every single cup final we've played against Chiefs, up until the one in 2016, or 2016 or 2018, I can't remember the year. It was the Telkom knockout.
2015.
That cup final. Even in that cup final,
Yeah.
2 bogus penalties on Yango save. So clearly, Chiefs has been robbing Sundowns. There's so many goals that were clear onside in the game, and they were considered offside, and we lost trophies because of that. We were heartbroken because of Kaizer Chiefs. Look, bro, I'm not gonna lie. For the next 5 years, I am going to feast on the friends. I will enjoy it because of friends.
Our last DStv win, I think it was on the 19th of January 2021, where we beat TTM 3-0. Since then, we went on to drawing ways, where we drew with Stellenbosch. We went on to draw with Baroka. We lost against Orlando Pirates.
So your last win was in level. Is it level 4?
Chief, it was level 3. How? It was level 3, not long ago.
So
and Mike
your
is
last
not
win
around
was before the
vaccine. Well, probably we're likely to win the next game. Against Orlando Pirates.
I don't know. I'm actually hoping for another draw. Just draw, guys. Let it be.
I want them to win, man. This Pirates team is.
No, you said
starting to make a noise
you're
now.
focusing on the Nedbank Cup. When are you? I don't want to see Orlando Pirates losing against Sundowns. I want to see Sundowns beating Orlando Pirates. I don't know why. When it comes to the Nedbank Cup, but it's gonna be an interesting game on the 21st of March. I don't think I'm ready for that derby.
I honestly think it's gonna be a tough game because when it comes to the derby, form counts for nothing. Form counts for nothing in the derby. So it's going to be a very interesting game. But as per usual, those 2 teams in Soweto don't have any big bench temperament, no BMT, like a lot of South African soccer players. So I'm really just hoping that it's a little typical draw, 0-0, 1-1, ended at that. We move on with our lives because that fixture has lost momentum. That fixture has lost its valor because now you see the 2 teams are vying for the league. The fixture had weight. But I've got Chiefs sitting at like 11th, 10th. It really doesn't carry that weight anymore. So a draw is fine for me. So the Pirates does not get too big hit. Yet at the same time, I mean, I'm looking at the log and teams have played 4 games since Sundowns last kicked the ball in the Premiership. And we're still sitting at number 1. This has become a farmers league. Let's be honest. We need to. But this is not a farmers league now. Like, it's bad. I mean, we're still ahead and we have 4 games in hand. We win those 4 games, literally the league is gone.
But Mara, game in hand doesn't mean points. You could gather only 1 point. But guys,
I'll still be on top.
We're on top and we
I'll
have
still be on
games in
top.
hand.
But come on, let's be realistic. Do you see Sanas losing
Even if we
all
do,
four
we're
games?
still top.
well,
Let's be honest. Like, and do you see Sanas losing all 4 games? And do you see Golden Arrows Pirates who can't even score more than 3 goals or 2 goals?
Well, I don't see you guys losing points, but I mean, it's impressive to see Golden Arrows sitting at position number 2. We can say whatever we want to say about other teams, but a big heads up to Golden Arrows for keeping that momentum after 19 games, 9 wins, 8 draws. They've only lost twice. They're sitting in position number 2. It's a team that doesn't have a sponsorship, a team which has that solid structure when it comes to on the field, the best coach within the team, and one thing I've heard what the coach of Golden Arrows does when it comes to his team, he put on his plan on the table and said, ask the guys, say that, okay, this is my plan. If you feel that this plan doesn't work, put your plan on the table. Let's see if we can utilize both the plans. If my plan doesn't work, then let's use your plan, because remember, you are the ones who are playing on the field. I am outside as much as I'm seeing the entire game, but you are the ones who are there within that field. So, I mean, his leadership is exceptionally well, and I really wish to see them, sitting there at position number 2, because I mean other teams don't want to share or even give other teams points. But I mean, to see them sitting on number 2, I mean, they deserve a well round of applause. I'm really much disappointed when it comes to SuperSport. I was hoping to see them chasing that. Chasing Mamelodi Sundowns, or being the one chased by Mamelodi Sundowns, but it's unfortunate, and I'm not surprised to see Swallows dropping. Amazulu, I don't see them going really that
Benny's
up,
coming, eh?
but yeah, I must say Golden. Well, but I think it'll end at number 4 or 3.
I see that. But my question is
I
now,
don't think so,
are we going to
but
see
yeah.
another season, the very first invincible season in the PSL, where a team goes unbeaten in all 30 PSL games? I mean, Sundowns does not look beatable.
No,
Hey, it's too early,
I don't think so.
Wait.
And I mean, looking at the your last game again, Pulkani City, where you won 4-0, I've seen what the changes that the coach did. The second half, I mean, he introduced new players, and it was sort of a different Mamelodi Sundowns team, and it sort of brought back memories to say that, okay, if now Mamelodi Sundowns have to choose to say that, okay, we have close to 3 or 4 games, maybe the league game, the cup game, and the CAF game, and now we have to separate those players. So that, okay, we need to save other players for this and this and that. So I think at some point in time, they will have to sacrifice points within the DStv Premiership, knowing that they've at least gather enough points to say that, okay, we're still at number 1, as much as we could lose maybe 2 points or lose the entire 3 points, but we know that we're still at number 1, but our main focus will be maybe the Nedbank Cup, or moving to the next stage of the CAF Champions League. So I see them losing points, not that they would lose them because they're not the best team, but I think it would be a choice that, okay, let's sacrifice this game to save players for the next game, looking at the cup or the CAF.
Yeah, nah. Gents. Yeah, I think I lost you guys there for a second there, but I think we've pretty much covered everything. Is there anything else we still need to cover? Because we're verging on an hour now. We're not supposed to hop over the hour mark.
Right.
Well, I
Maybe
think we
not,
could just
because-
throw in the prediction for the Nedbank Cup quarterfinals.
I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you the cup final now. Cup
Okay.
final.
Okay, let's just say
wow,
that,
okay.
the four teams which will move to the next stage.
Who are the teams that are left? I know Richards Bay and Sundowns are going next. Are going up.
No,
That's
you have
fine.
we have Chiba United and Richards Bay. We have Cape Town All Stars and Pretoria Callis. We have Black Leopards and TTM, and then you have Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando.
I'm gonna go for Callis. Callis, Kimpana Pitor, Callis, Mamelodi Sundowns.
The Limpopo Derby.
Derby. I'm gonna go with Black Leopards. They're not doing so well in the league. They're hungry for something. And Richards Bay is gonna be Chiba United. That's my top 4. The confidence boost is a thing, eh? Confidence boost. Definitely.
Well,
Well,
I think I'll go with Chiba United, Cape Town All Stars, TTM. They look solid, and
be careful. There
Mamelodi
we go.
Sundowns.
I feel like buying Sundowns. Can I buy your Sundowns jersey, Mahal?
Okay.
Come to the winning team.
Aye. Just that you're playing against Paris.
Okay, for me, okay, for me, I'm gonna go with Richards Bay. I think Richards Bay, hey, they play great football, man. I'm gonna go with City All Stars. Then
I think
we lost Jackie. Because Lina, there were times when I lost you as well, but
I don't have.
it's all good. Is he back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, Jackie's back.
Jackie,
Yeah.
you give us your prediction once again.
Oh, the last
Just repeat
prediction.
your 4.
No, the entire 4.
Yeah, entire 4. I think we cut it.
Oh yeah, Cape Town All Stars. Then in the Limpopo Derby, I'm gonna go with TTM, and the big one. It's obvious. I don't have to say anything about that. Love Test would be on fire.
The Star Derby. The Star Derby.
Love Test. A hat trick from Shasha. Let's put it right there.
Listen to that. Shasha.
Good luck.
I really can't wait for these games. I really can't wait. I'm super excited about these games.
Yeah.
Can't wait for this weekend's football. Can't wait for the next chat that we have, because clearly there's a lot we're gonna have to chat about next week after this weekend's games. Yeah, what y'all think?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Definitely.
We ended off last week's podcast on Chelsea and Liverpool. I thought we were gonna pick it up there, but I'm happy we didn't, because my prediction was wrong.
That's rough,
Chelsea came.
VAR messing it up. VAR saved us.
Liverpool's going through the
rough.
We have to, but you know the ups and downs of football. When you go through the most, it looks terrible.
Exactly.
But you know the crazy thing is, it could surprise teams to the Champions League final.
Yeah. That's Liverpool for you.
So I'm not gonna write it off. They could win the Champions League still. I'm just watching the football happen, and I'm just giving my faith in Jurgen Klopp and hoping that he does the things. Besides that, I am.
Hey, Yannick. Kane, 25 goals this season. Hey.
Leave him alone. Let him play his football.
You know. I wanted us to touch on Downs ending TP Mazembe's record at home, but with things we don't have enough. But we don't have time, guys. But I think the next episode we'll break it down properly, and then we'll take it from there.
My thing is, I think you know what we must do. Next, this podcast, NJ. We must have a segment where we talk about Sundowns records, because we keep breaking these records. Highest win in a CAF Champions League game. TP Mazembe, Al Ahly's highest loss away. We must just have a section. I mean, the highest goal scoring professional game in South Africa as well. We must just have a young section for Sundowns there in their records. Quite a lot.
Yeah, and you are paying for those records that you
are paying for them.
Your president is just offering I'm not sure. Your president might have been offering some brown envelope left, right, and center.
Wow.
I don't believe in you. You must understand. Our president, not even mind.
Look now.
You
Look now. You want to look now. You want to own the
Yeah, and you don't know what we already won the CAF Champions League. You know that, right?
Imagine what we're going to do now.
Yeah.
Imagine what
You see? Makes sense. That money, left, right, and center, and you.
All right, gents, it's been a pleasure chatting with y'all. Let's do this again, same time, same place next week, yeah?
So that.
Closing words from you, Mahal?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Formula One finally. Moto GP. Not really the Nedbank Cup, but I'll watch. The Limpopo Derby definitely, and of course, I don't think I'll miss those two boys who will be playing against each other. Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates. We'll see which one wins. I really wanted a draw, but it's an unfortunate case. Circumstance. So yeah, may the best man win.
All right, your closing words there, Jackie.
I'm still laughing. But anyway, I'm really also looking forward to the Formula One. I think a lot of sport this weekend. Also, Mamelodi Sundowns. I think they're also playing the JCB Premiership this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, right? We're back in the JCB Premiership this weekend. So looking forward to see them again.
Against Stellenbosch, yes.
Yeah. So hopefully we can continue that momentum that I think now we're undefeated in like the last 23 games. So hopefully we can continue that momentum. And then the big game against Orlando Pirates, the road for a second Nedbank Cup trophy continues. And then, in a row. Yeah, and also would like to see Kaizer Chiefs continue losing. That one is the best thing ever. You see, there's no love and peace when Chiefs loses. No pun intended. Anyway, guys,
I think we're sitting on Sundowns is sitting on 23 games without a loss in all competitions. The current record is set by Kaizer Chiefs in 2015. It's 30 games. We have 7 games to go so we can officially break that record. I really hope we break it. But yeah, gents, it's been amazing. It's been great. Love and light to you and yours. Next week, same time, same place. This has been the Banter Club.
Love and peace.
Oh.
Jackie.
Join us every week on the Banter Club.